You're not being ignored because you're weak. You're being ignored because you're always available, always replying, always explaining, always showing your plans before you've built anything real. And nothing that's always available is respected. Right now, people know too much about you, your routine, your habits, your problems, your next move. There's no mystery left, no tension, no transformation, just a predictable version of you, repeating the same life. So let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you disappeared for the next 6 months, no posts, no updates, no long explanations, no emotional announcements, would anyone actually notice? Or would they only notice when you came back different? Because here's the truth most people avoid. You don't rebuild yourself in public. You rebuild yourself in silence. And right now, you're too visible to transform, too accessible to become dangerous, too distracted to become disciplined, too comfortable to become powerful. Listen carefully. The next 6 months of your life will either keep you average or make you unrecognizable. There is no middle, and nobody is coming to rebuild you. That's your responsibility. Right now, your energy is leaking everywhere. Conversations that don't matter, people who don't respect you, endless scrolling, endless noise, endless distraction. Every day you give a little more attention away. Every day you lose a little more focus. Every day your discipline weakens, and you call it normal life. It's not normal, it's slow self-destruction. Here's what most people never realize. The world doesn't ignore you because you have no value. It ignores you because your value is always on display, always talking, always posting, always reacting, always available. Nothing rare, nothing mysterious, nothing hard to access, and what's easy to access is easy to ignore. So imagine this, you go quiet, not dramatic, not emotional, not angry, strategic. You stop announcing your moves, you stop explaining your goals, you stop seeking validation for things you haven't built yet. You simply disappear. At first, nobody notices. That will hurt your ego. Good, because most people are addicted to attention. They measure their worth by responses, likes and messages. When the attention stops, they panic. They feel invisible, unimportant, forgotten. But what if invisibility is the real power? What if the moment nobody is watching is the moment you finally start becoming someone worth watching? Think about it. Every powerful transformation happens in private. Muscles grow in private. Discipline forms in private. Skills sharpen in private. Mindsets change in private. But today's world teaches you the opposite. It teaches you to broadcast everything. Your goals, your routines, your progress, your struggles. And every time you broadcast unfinished work, you lose intensity. You feel like you've already done something. You feel seen. You feel validated. So you stop pushing. Attention replaces achievement, and you stay the same. Listen carefully. If you really disappeared for 6 months, your life would change faster than you think, because the first thing that disappears is distraction. No constant messaging, no pointless conversations, no energy wasted explaining yourself, just space. And in that space, you meet yourself, not the version people see, not the version you pretend to be, the real version, the undisciplined habits, the wasted hours, the excuses you've been repeating for years. That realization will hit hard. Good. Pain is clarity, and clarity is where transformation begins. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most people think disappearing means running away. It doesn't. Disappearing means rebuilding without an audience, no applause, no recognition, no instant validation, just you versus your habits. And this is where most people fail, because when nobody is watching, your true discipline is revealed. Not the discipline you show online, the discipline you practice when no one knows what you're doing. At first, the silence will feel strange. You'll reach for your phone. You'll want to post something. You'll want someone to notice your effort. Don't. Every time you resist that urge, your mental strength increases. Every time you choose focus over attention, your value rises. Every time you stay silent and keep working, you become harder to ignore. Then something interesting happens. Your mind starts clearing. You think faster. You react less. You observe more. You begin to notice things you never saw before. Who only calls when they need something. Who only respects you when you're useful. Who disappears when you stop entertaining them. Silence reveals everything, and once you see clearly, you can't unsee it. This is where your standards begin to change. You stop chasing conversations that drain you. You stop tolerating disrespect. You stop explaining yourself to people who never listen. Not out of ego, out of clarity. Then your routines begin to strengthen. You wake up earlier. You move with intention. You waste less time. You train your body. You train your mind. While others scroll endlessly, you build quietly. While others talk about goals, you execute daily. While others complain about life, you reshape yours. And slowly, you start feeling different. Not louder, not arrogant. Stronger, calmer, sharper, more controlled. This isn't fake confidence. This is earned confidence. The dangerous kind, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't need approval. But here's the part nobody warns you about. When you truly start changing, people will feel it before they see it. They'll ask where you've been. They'll say you've changed. They'll try to pull you back into old habits. Not because they hate you, because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. Your discipline exposes their lack of it. Your focus exposes their distraction. Your silence exposes their noise. And that makes them uncomfortable. Let them be uncomfortable. You didn't disappear to make others comfortable. You disappeared to rebuild. As the months pass, your tolerance for nonsense disappears. You stop arguing. You stop proving yourself. You stop seeking validation. You move differently. You speak less. You observe more. You choose carefully where your energy goes. And people feel that shift, because energy doesn't lie. You don't need to announce growth. People can sense it. Then one day, you return. Not with noise, not with long explanations, not with dramatic stories about your journey. You just show up different. Your posture changes. Your focus changes. Your presence changes. You're no longer trying to be noticed. And somehow, everyone notices. Because you're no longer seeking attention. You're attracting it. You're no longer explaining yourself. You're embodying results. And the same people who overlooked you start watching you differently. Respect grows in silence. Power grows in privacy. Confidence grows in isolation. But understand this clearly. Disappearing for 6 months won't magically fix your life. It will expose you to yourself, your laziness, your discipline, your habits, your potential. And that's where real change begins. Because once you see yourself honestly, you can rebuild yourself intentionally. Stronger body, stronger mind, stronger discipline, stronger standards. You stop living for attention. You start living for growth. So ask yourself honestly, 6 months from now, do you want to be in the same place, same mindset, same habits, same frustrations, same excuses? Or do you want to return so different people barely recognize you? Because both futures are being built right now, with your focus, with your discipline, with your daily choices. You don't need more motivation, you need separation. Separation from noise, separation from distraction, separation from the version of you that keeps settling. So disappear, not out of anger, not out of ego, out of strategy. Let the world keep scrolling, let them keep talking, let them keep wasting time, while you build something real. And when you come back, you won't need revenge, you won't need validation, you won't need approval. Your presence will say everything, your discipline will say everything, your silence will say everything. Remember this, you're not disrespected because you're nothing, you're disrespected because you're everywhere. Disappear, rebuild, return unrecognizable.